Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having to start this over again because I accidentally hit a button and it stopped recording. Stanley, you want a carrot? Clearly, this is Lounging with Lisa, and I'm here at Ears Acres. I want to tell you the saga of Stanley and what happened the other night. Okay, so it was like Tuesday night, I think. Monday night. Monday, I went into Tractor Supply, waited till it cooled down outside to get fly stuff for these animals, like spray, wipes, things to hang around the barn, blah, blah. So one of the things I got, in addition to some really good stuff, well, that's relative, is these El Cheapo fly traps right here. And there's one hanging here. So I hung one up here and went on with the day and came back on Tuesday. When I got here, I'm wondering, why is Stanley acting so funny and like sort of freaking out and stuff? Well, somehow he got that stuck in his mane. I noticed this yellow thing, and of course that's what it was. The fly trap, which of course draws flies as I'm trying to get rid of them. So I started to, I got his halter on, I started to try to get it out, but it's really sticky. It's really clinging to him and stuff, and pardon me, making like a Velcro-y noise, and he was like pretty nervous about it. So then I discovered I forgot my phone. I didn't want to be down here wrestling a mule with no phone. So I drove over to the trailer, which is Joel's office. He's over there where he keeps his one cat and does his paperwork and everything. And told him what was going on. And I flew home, got my phone, came back. At 8:30 we started. Now, mind you, of course, I took the halter off when I left here to run over to the trailer. And when I got back, that thing had, like the way that I had partially pulled it out, every time I would reach around to halter Stanley, it would hit that, and of course out of the side of his eye he could see the yellow, and it scared him, so I could not really halter him. So Joel and I, for 1 hour, this was actually a very good, I guess, training session for Stanley and us. For 1 hour we just kind of like, he would approach and we'd pet him wildly, and then Joel would sneak up there and, work a little bit of the hair out. And then this went on and on and on. And then we read online where baby oil would loosen that stuff up. So I had corn oil down here at the barn because it goes on their little slight grain mixture that they get, which they don't get much of that. It's like oats and this show glow stuff and a little bit of that. And so we'd slather it all over Joel's hand, and then he'd get it in there. It really helped to loosen it. Finally, we were really fixing to give up. It was 9:30 at night at this point. Mosquitoes were starting to come out, blah, blah. So, on one parting final note, Joel reached up there and totally got every bit of it out. Just out it came. And Stanley never once, he didn't like it or whatever. Like, he'd sort of be real leery, and then he'd spin around, and then he'd come back to us or whatever. That was his routine. But he never tried to kick or bite or rear, carry on, or be rude in any way. So that was really nice. So, more trust is being built. Of course, it takes a long time to do that. So that's what's going on there. Meanwhile, last weekend, I get a message from Dino that his son Dom found a couple of the geese dead. And it was definitely the ganders. I don't know where they are. I don't know what, if they buried them. I just don't know. And Dino didn't reply to me when I asked. He's busy. So the only one living was Joan, the one that sat on that nest forever. And I felt so sorry for her, but there was a Canadian goose hanging out with her, and now she's gone. Now, there is a possibility that, hey, I think there's a deer up in the pasture. There is a possibility that it's up there, it's brown, that she's off, like at another pond with the wild geese. Yeah, that's definitely a deer. Oh, by the way, I saw a bear too. So anyhow, don't know where Joan is. I'm upset. Any local people know where we can get some pilgrim geese? We'd like to get them, and we have a way to maybe kind of get them used to us. Or is that a tree? I don't have my glasses on. Could be a tree. Could be a tree. Could be a deer. Could be a camel. Anyhow, here's the round pen while I'm here. This is crazy. Oh, you know what? I think it is a tree. I've lost my mind. Look at that beautiful tree up there. Okay, so also when I left here Monday night, it's totally a tree. Okay, I'm embarrassed. Not really. I don't embarrass that easily. Monday night when I was leaving, about this time, which is 10 minutes to 9, I was walking out across the lane to get into Edna when I noticed a very dark animal lumbering up the road. I thought, my God, is that a bear or what? So, and then the neighbors' cows keep getting out that live across the street here. And they do have a dark cow, and I thought maybe it's that, but it wasn't really walking like a cow. So I got in Ed and I drove down to the next place down the road and turned around the driveway. Didn't see anything except 2 lovely deer. And so the neighbor happened to see me, the one whose driveway I used. And she reached out and said, oh, you should have stopped in, blah, blah. Told her what was going on. She's like, well, I'll keep an eye out. Next thing we know, their camera picked up this huge bear on film, and then the neighbor across the railroad track sent a picture later. So indeed, I did see a bear. But they're all around us here. We just don't necessarily see them all the time, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, you know what? I think that's all. I'm exhausted from heat stroke. I came down yesterday, cleaned out the trough. There's another trough back there too, and there's one out here on the south side. Filled that up. And you know how you take a hose and spray it in the air above your head and then let it fall on you like rain? I did that repeatedly. Yes, I even drank from the hose. Oh my gosh, I'm probably going to be a dead woman tomorrow. And just was soaked. I looked like I was fixing to partake in a wet t-shirt contest. So, okay, on that charming note, I'm going to sign out here on Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at your thoughts of the day. Please drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door. Research before you judge. And remember, war is a racket. Don't take my word for it. Just check out General Smedley Butler and what he had to say. And by the way, I loaned that book to Lacey and I got it back today, so maybe I can start whipping it in front of the camera. All right, over and out. Ears Acres.